Hello everyone, welcome to our channel The Branch Way. Myself Rohit. In this video I am going to demonstrate how we can print a report in the PDF format and how we can customize it in different PDF layout that we want to set it up. And secondly, I'll demonstrate how we can set up the page layout to print the report in different page setups. Let's begin the video. To print a report in the PDF format, we need to bear in mind a couple of items. Firstly, I'll let you know whatever is in our screen in the tables and the Gantt chart, it will be reflected in our report as it is. So whatever you want to reflect in your report, you need to open that layout first. At the moment, I have opened the applying progress layout. I want to see in my report the activity ID, activity name, original duration, percent type, start, finish, and that have total float and free float. That will be enough for me. So first thing, we need to customize the columns. That we can do manually from right click and going up to the column, or else if we have saved the layouts, we can just quickly open that layout whichever we want to print the report on. One thing is the customization of the column, which is the key. And secondly, if we have anything which is rolled up to the high level, on that case the report which we print will roll up the things. So we need to make sure everything is visible. We need to go on view and we need to make sure everything has been expand all before printing. It will expand the schedule up to the lowest level. And lastly, make sure the filter you have chosen is correct. Once you make sure the things are correct, then we need to go to file menu and print, and simply we need to save a PDF and okay. We need to make sure where we want to save the PDF. At the moment I am saving on the desktop and under name trial report and save it as it is. Once the report has been printed, I'll go to desktop and open up the report, trial report. As you see, the report is as it is in my screen. It will reflect those columns that you have placed across and the Gantt chart. If you notice, the Gantt chart has been split up to two pages and second page. And if you want to make sure everything in one page or you want to customize the page layout, let's do it together. In the next half of the video, I'll explain how we can fix this issue and customize the page setup. Normally, when we haven't customized our page, on that case, while printing our report as a PDF, it might get split on the two pages like this, and most of the time this issue arises. Now let's see how we can customize the page setup as per our requirement. Let's open up the P6. Before printing the report, we can go to page setup. When you hit on page setup, a new window will pop up, and from there we can set it up the page. Firstly, you want to see on portrait on the landscape, we can set it up. And secondly, the paper size, let's place it on whichever we want, but the mass conventional we use the A3 for our reports. And these three are used for the scaling purpose. If our report is not fitting in one page, on that case we can scale it up to fit in one page using this function. On that case, it will adjust our report depending upon the adjust to feature, whether you want to reflect on the 100% adjustment or you want to shrink the text over there. So firstly, I suggest you to go without scaling up, but later once you print your report on the A3 size, it is not fitting in one page. In some cases, while you are printing plan on a page, on that case you need to make it up in one page. On that case you can use this feature. And second are the margins. They work in the same way as we do on the Microsoft Word. You can define the top margins, left, right, and bottom from this. And going on the header, you can define how much section you want to split your header from here. At the moment, it's divided into 3 sections. You can define 4, 5 depending on your requirement. And whether to include the header on all the pages or not, you can define from here. And the height of the header, how much you want to keep across, you can define as this. And on the 3 sections, in which percentage you want to divide those sections, you can define from here. Either you want to look across 33% each, or you want to define the middle half more than that of the sides. You can define from these sliders. And from this box, you can define what you want to look across on those sections. We have a couple of inbuilt features that we can define from here, whether it's a text or the logo or any pictures. If you want to put any pictures, in this case you need to be on a picture, and you can select a picture from your computer that whatever you want to place across. So this gives you the option what you want to place. Like with a revision box, on that case you can place a box and put across which version of the file it is, which checked and approved by those things you can place across on the header. If you have selected the text and logo option, you can modify it and place across whatever text you want to keep. And you can customize the text from the big A letter, whatever the text you want, and simply save it. And for the footer, the same way as you have defined for the header, we can set it up for the footers as well. And going on to the options, here we can define whether we want to look across the Gantt chart and the activity table, or we want them solo. If in any report I only want the activity table to be visible, on that case I can check out the box for the 3 and only tick the box for the activity table. And same applies to others as well. If you want just the Gantt chart, you can take off the box for the others. And coming onto the time scale, it will define from which time scale you want your Gantt chart to be visible. The best option to keep across is picking up the data date minus that of 3 months. It will give us the timeline 3 months prior to our data date. And for the finish date, we can put across project finish plus that of 3 months. This will define our time boundary for the Gantt chart to be visible where you want to keep it. Once we have defined our time boundary, we can hit OK. That's how our page have been set up. Now what we can do is we can go to file, we can see print preview before printing our report, and it will give us an idea what our report look like once we print it. If we can see, we have defined the timeline for the Gantt chart from data date minus that of 3 months. That means data date is on January 1st, so it is reflecting prior to that of 3 months. And same for the project finish as well. If you want to get rid of these grid lines, you can take them out. To take out those grid lines, we need to be an activity window, and we can right click on the Gantt chart view, bar chart options, and we need to go on sightline, and we can check out the box for show minus for the both vertical and horizontal, and OK. Once you do that, you can see the grid line disappear. And now if we go on to file, print preview, in our report on the Gantt chart section, there are no grid lines. In the similar way, if you want to get rid of the grid lines for that of table, you can go to page setup options, and you can check out the box for grid lines and apply. It will take out your grid line in the tables as well. Once you make sure your report is correct in your print preview, it is reflecting everything that you want to keep across. After that, you can print your report. You can print from the third option is the print. Once you select print, OK, and save wherever you want. I'll save again in the desktop, and I'll take it as trial report person2. Once you get the window appearing report printed, you can hit OK, and now you can go to desktop and look over your file, which is saved as trial report 2. Once you open it, you have got your report on the format, well prepared. But in some cases, what happens, the stakeholder wants the report in one page. They don't want to go in the 2 pages. On that case, let me show you how we can do it. To fit this report in one page, we need to go on page setup. Once we are on the page setup, we can do it from the scaling options. The first one, the adjust to, will adjust the report to the this much percentage of the normal size, whatever you want to put across, but it is a hitch and trial process. You need to pick 90%, 80%, 70% and see in which percentage your report look readable and you are happy with if it is adjusted in one page. Let me pick up 90% first and apply it. While applying in 90%, if I see my report is still in 2 pages, it is 1 out of 2 pages. So in that case, I need to go to page setup again and make it 85%. If I pick up 85%, now my report is on 1 of 1 page. It's on 1 page. And I have zoomed it to 102%. Let's zoom out. When I zoom out the report, it looks readable to me. P6 shrinks the report in 1 page. So this is one way to do it. The next way, what I suggest to you is understand the stakeholders' requirement better and make a filter to filter out those activities that they won't reflect on their report and try to fit it in 1 page rather than picking up the whole project. We can't pick up the whole project, and if you need to make minor adjustment, on that case you can do from these scaling options. Otherwise, it is difficult to read your report, even if you manage to print it in 1 page. Now, if we print the report, hit OK and place across trial report 3%3. Once you get report printed, we'll go to desktop again and see what is in our report. This is our report which we have managed to print in 1 page. And if we see the difference, the first one, the report we have printed is this one. It is clear to read, but it is unmanaged. The Gantt chart have been split across 2 pages, which is not making sense. And the second one is the trial report 2, which I can say is the best one. It is readable as well while you print it, and it is the 100% without shrinkage of the report that the P6 give us while we use the print feature. And the third is the report which we managed to print on the 1 page using the adjust to feature, and it been adjusted to 85% of the original. The report will reflect the same thing on the 3 cases, but the way of presenting it is different. That's all regarding the page setup and printing the report in the PDF format. In the next video, I'll demonstrate you how we can make an Excel sheet from the P6 data to send across if some stakeholder wants the report in the Excel format. On that case, how we can send them across. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to hear more from us, please subscribe to Planners Way. I'll see you on the next video.